yeah, I am more than happy to try to answer any questions you have around that test. So, what it's saying is that you don't have type 2 diabetes. It just means you are more likely to develop that if you don't make certain choices around like food or exercise or just like healthy habits, essentially. So, um, what that test shows is that, so you know how certain genes can be inherited from generation to generation. So like you can inherit your dad may have passed down his nose, and your mom passed down her eye color, and your great grandma gave you your freckles. Like, so those types of things can be passed down. There are certain like diseases or like illnesses that can also be passed down, but the way that those genes are passed down is a little bit different. So when someone lives their life a certain way or is exposed to a certain type of thing over and over, those like little factors can change the genetics. It can change like a certain gene to where it's turned on or just like is expressed differently, and that can be passed down. So what that test is like kind of saying is someone in your family down the line, or I guess like up the line, may have like lived their life a certain way to where their bodies may not have had like type 2 diabetes, but where their body now processes insulin differently, which helps bring blood sugar down. It helps take the sugar out of the blood into the cells so the cells can use it. So with that like change in the genes, maybe the insulin doesn't know how to pull like all the sugar into the cell, or like your body makes a lot, or like that person's body I should say, makes so much insulin that the cells are like insulin resistant. So even though there's insulin there, it may not know how to, like the cells themselves may not know how to respond to the insulin in order to bring the sugar in. And so since like your body is already kind of that's why the tests use the term like predisposed. So your what the test is saying is that your body already has like some type of like leniency to lead into type 2 diabetes, like I said, if you don't make certain choices. So I from your response, I know that you try to stay away from sugary foods, so my suggestion is to just continue making healthy choices. Truly, one of the biggest suggestions I can give you is to exercise. Like, I know we hear that all the time, like how important exercise is, and it really is. Like, not only will it like help your body use whatever like abundance of like sugar is there, or like the differences in like the how your body responds to insulin, but it will also just like make you feel better. Like it has so many benefits more so than risks. And then another thing I would suggest too is if you like the next time you see your doctor, um, ask, see if they can test a couple of certain things to kind of check out your blood sugar. Like you can get something called a A1C, which looks at how long your body holds on to sugar before like your red blood cells reproduce. And then you can also look at another test. I think it's called an insulin growth factor. It's another type of test that uh, looks at the insulin levels in your blood to see if there's like an overabundance, because like a certain value then equates if your body's like insulin resistant, which is essentially type 2 diabetes. But yeah, all in all, don't try not to stress. I know that's like easier for me to say um, than for you to do, but um, yeah, try not to stress too much. And of course, I'm always here if you have like any other questions.